Hello and welcome to the SoundLab podcast interviews, unedited. On today's show, we have interviews from Katie Price and Shaye. We also have Telenova, Blank Atlus, Battlesnake, and Love is Noise. So what a show we have coming your way. So shall we crack on and play you our first interview from Katie Price and Shaye? They are starting to release new music with more to come, and we had a chat with them all about it. So Katie Price and Shaye, how are you?
Good.
We're
How are
very
you?
good, thank you. I love it that we're all in different parts of the world, of the UK,
Yeah.
I mean.
Well, I was just talking
Yeah,
to Shay about it as well. Yeah, we're kind of all scattered around, which is nice that we can do it like this as well. Whereas maybe 20 years ago, we were all having to do it in person
exactly,
and driving everywhere.
exactly,
So how technology
exactly.
has improved things. But we are here to talk about your new single, Best of Me. Katie, tell us a bit about the single for us.
Well, basically, everyone knows I've been trying to do music for so many years and I'm never taken seriously. In fact, anything I do, no one ever takes seriously. But music has always been my passion. But no one's normally ever interested, record companies and all of that. But it still doesn't stop me doing it. So obviously, I did an album years ago with Pete of covered ballads. I've done 3 dance tracks, Hurricane, Free to Love Again, and then I Got You, which a month ago made it #1 in the dance sign tunes and the #1 in the whole genre, and then #3 in the official charts. And I can only thank all my supporters and fans out there because it's them that did it for me as well. And I thought, do you know what? Now they're behind me. Now maybe people believe that it's really what I want to do. And I was introduced to Shaye before I Got You was re-released. And then got in contact straight after that and said, right, I want to do another song now. Even though I'm on tour with Kerry, I don't leave things. So literally they wrote the song as an answer back, the best of me, fighting for the best of me because I've been through so much, and it made it #2 in the iTunes. But then where I've been on tour, I haven't been able to promo it or anything. So, but the video gets released tomorrow.
Yeah.
And yeah, here we are. We're gonna try and push and push.
Yeah, and it's doing really well, and it's getting a lot of traction, which is great. So for those who've not heard it yet, describe the track for the people, because as you've said before, you've done the cover ballads with Pete, you've done new dance tracks. Tell us a bit about the style and sound of this one.
Well, this is over to you, Shay, because you are the man behind this.
Yeah, so this is like a dance track, dance house. He's got a bit of everything really. So just a good record, like a nice feel good record. Katie's done her amazing stuff on it. You know, we put Lady Ice on it, so big up Lady Ice.
Yes.
She really made the record, and so when we recorded it, it was just me and Katie we recorded it, and then I just felt it needed something. It was something that was missing, like in the middle eight. So I literally text Ice at 1 a.m. and she come back and she's like, I'm in. So this really came together quite quickly.
So, like normal things, like if anyone's going to release music, it normally takes months and months with the record company and all of that. And I'm like, well, I'm not waiting. That's just me because life's too short. So I'm like, let's just get one done and get it out. So we're already recording my next one. In fact, we're recording my album now as well. So this one's the next song. You've got to wait till you hear the next ones. And obviously, Shay's releasing his music. So we're just having fun with it. And the best thing is we're enjoying it as well. And there's not too many chefs involved. It's like what we want to do. And it's about enjoying it as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, good. And when it comes to not just this track, but the album to come, tell us a bit about the writing process for the tracks. Is it quite collaborative, or is there kind of more dominance on one side? Tell us a bit how it's
But
working
what's
for you.
good about it, yeah, when I first met Shaye, I obviously got introduced to the writers and that as well. And we didn't record anything in the first session because we were all just talking, which I think is important because they get to know my story as well. I get to know their stories. So then they can really involve me and my words, my life into the song instead of just giving me a song to copy and paste. So it's like from the heart, basically, how the song come together and how they're writing it, which is good because then when I sing it, I'm singing it from me because it means something for me, which other people can relate to.
Yeah, for sure. And with Lady Ice on this track as well, have you got more featured artists that kind of planned for the record ahead?
We're thinking about it.
I
Yeah.
would love to have, yeah, I'd love to have Lady Ice on another one again. But Shaye's the man who's got all the contacts, so he's got amazing contacts, which is amazing.
So yeah, we're planning some stuff. We're thinking about it, but maybe even taking some of the music to US because I do a lot of the US stuff with my managers out there. Yeah, you never know. I mean, we've been talking. I'm not going to put any names in there, but I mean, some great big collaborations, hopefully. So in 2026 will be fun.
Yeah, that sounds
Watch
good.
the space, everyone. If
Mhm.
anyone can do it, the pricey can. And what's my slogan? Never underestimate the pricey.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I'd like to know as well how you both kind of got together to do this in the first place.
But my friend Lou, she's been doing my hair for years, and she's one of my best friends, and she does Botox and all of that. And she just happened to know Shaye, and because her daughter's been there as well. And it's so weird how it's happened because his studio happens to be up the road from me, 15 minutes. Because normally studios are in London, and it's just all worked out. So she introduced us, and 15 minutes from my house is so convenient for me as well. So I could spend more time in the studio and juggle work, kids, and studio. And that's how it happened. So it just goes to show, like, you know, you could just meet someone, then you click, and then there you go. You're on the road. Within 2 weeks, we recorded a song and put it out.
Yep.
And what was it like for you, Shay, to get the call from Katie to say she wanted to work with you on music?
Yeah, I was excited. Obviously, I'm a big fan of her from back in the day. So who isn't, right? So yeah, I was just excited. For me, it was like I kind of studied her, so I knew what it really was. So I wanted it to be me. There needed to be meaning behind the music now. So it needs to it needs to make sense, and also the fact that I want her music to be played in the clubs. That's why we're giving her some of these big. Obviously, we're going to do the slower stuff as well. But I think as a kickstart, a few big club numbers will be great for her. So that's my A&R head, basically.
Yeah. So don't worry, there will be, even though we're doing dance stuff and all of that, we'll do a mix, and where, you know, I will have to throw like a slow beat ballady type at some point, but still trendy, like a trending one, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it absolutely does. And obviously, Katie, we touched on earlier that it's kind of been a bit on and off when it's come to the music side of things. What's made you do it now?
Well, I never give up, and I've gone through so much stuff, come out the other end, and I only do nowadays what I want to do. I'm not dictated by anyone. I won't be dictated by anyone, and I only do the stuff that I want to do, what makes me happy, because I think that's important, and having fun while I do it.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely fair enough. And obviously, you mentioned that you're on tour with Kerry at the moment. I've seen one of your interviews you've done with one of my friends when you went down to Cornwall with Lewis. So he was that was a
Do you
great
know
interview.
Lewis?
I do, yeah, we're good Facebook friends. So yeah, I've seen him posting his videos and stuff.
Oh, see, I'm
And
picking him up after because he's presenting on it. So I'm picking him up after all these interviews, and he's going to come. Our next place is Corby. So
Yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah,
Nice. So
it's a good show.
yeah, it is, absolutely is. But obviously, with the music coming out, are you hoping to be on tour to perform your music as well in the future?
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, yeah, and before I Got You came out, I'd already planned a music tour for next year anyway, just doing covers and some of my own stuff. So now this is even better because I'll have lots more new material and a reason to do it more now because now people will believe me more. And so, yeah, that's it. That was on the agenda anyway, and it's definitely happening.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. And Shay, what else have you got planned coming up? Aside from Katie's stuff, what else have you got planned?
I'm dropping a single end of January, so I'm finishing it off at the moment. I've got some records. Like I'm working on my kind of EP album at the moment, so just a few features. I've got a song with Wiz Khalifa coming out hopefully next year as well. So pretty exciting stuff.
And I hope you enjoyed the interview there with Katie Price and Shaye to talk about their latest single and more new music to come. Now, we are all over social media, so come and find us at The Sound Lab Yes on all the socials, and you can also check out the website, thesoundlabuk.co.uk. So while you go and find all of our socials and give us some follows, we're going to play you our next interview from Telenova. They've just released a brand new EP, and we had a chat with Angeline all about it. So, Telenova, how are you?
I'm great, thank you. How are you?
Good, yeah, not too bad. So we've been playing a single of yours called Bit Crush. Tell us a bit about the single, first of all.
Yeah, Bit Crush. I mean, I might start by saying the name is pretty interesting. That was the demo name. We never intended that name to stick, but it did. We named it after, I don't even know if we kept the Bit Crush effect in there, but it's like an audio effect that, well, I'm a visual thinker, so it's like the equivalent of pixelating an image, but it does it with sound. And the song also speaks into how our perceptions of the world around us can distort over time and shift and change. So we thought the demo title stuck. It was pretty apt.
Yeah, nice. And that is off your new EP, which is out now, also called Bit Crush. For those who've not had chance to hear it yet, what can we expect to hear on the release?
Yeah, I'd say it's a little bit more explorative than some of our debut album that came out last year and a couple of EPs before that. We've kind of been dancing around pop and alt pop for a while, but with this EP, we weren't really thinking about writing a record or an album in particular. We were just writing stuff for fun at the time. And yeah, we're really interested in things having a bit less of a standard structure, I suppose, and following interesting rhythms and textures and chords and time. Actually, no, there's not that crazy time signatures in this EP. Just some other stuff we're working on as well.
You've given us an insight of what's next, then, have you?
Oh, yes, look, I can't say too much. Literally just asked my management what I was allowed to say, so we'll make sure I keep my mouth shut. But we are working on new music, I can say that.
Good. When you look into the future, do you know the direction you're wanting to go in?
I think all of us, you mean musically or career-wise?
Musically, yeah, or career-wise as well. Why not?
Musically. Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, no, I mean, actually, musically, we don't really. I think it comes from a much more sort of organic, subconscious place of just rocking up, sitting in the studio, and allowing whatever influences of the week, whatever mental and emotional states we're in, to just pour itself out into the music. That's how. I mean, we met at a songwriting camp. We didn't meet at school, or we weren't neighbors or something. And so I think it sounds kind of like an obvious thing to say, but it's actually not true for most or for a lot of musicians. But our kind of entire friendship and relationship is really built around our time in the studio together. So yeah, we just bring whatever else is going on and let it all out there.
Yeah, for sure. And I like to talk about the writing side of things as well. So for you, how do tracks normally start off?
Yeah, we do have a bit of we've kind of kept the same, I guess, chemistry or recipe that we started with the first day we met, which is usually be a combination of a beat and some chords that Josh is laying down. Ed's our like production whiz. There's three of us in the band. And I think what's really beautiful is all three of us, we kind of all have to agree, like, yes, we're feeling this, drum groove this morning, or, can we try something a little clubbier, or can we try something a little bit more textural? And same with the chords. Josh will kind of sit either at a piano or acoustic and start playing away. And I think it is interesting, and I think it's quite defining of how we write together, is that there's this sort of collective direction, that there's not one person kind of saying, I want to write a song like this today, I want it to sound like this, it's about this. It's more that we're sort of feeling our way through, yeah, what are we all gravitating towards today? And yeah, that winds us up in all sorts of interesting places. And then I'm usually, while that process is happening, I'm starting to sketch down lyric ideas, or even just a song title or some words, humming melodies, and we start weaving it together. And then usually later on, I'll sit down properly with Josh with like a notepad and pen, and we'll really dive into the lyrics together, to just have that space once there's a bit of a musical sound bed there already.
Yeah, and how easy do you find it to create those lyrics to the music that's already been created?
Um, Depends. I think if something's really moved me in the moment of, like, the original conception of the song while we're there in the studio, and I've already got quite a clear idea of what the song's evoking for me, it's quite enjoyable really, and it's just about um fleshing that out more. But there are definitely times where it's quite frustrating. I think it's the classic way of pop writing, where it's like, you've got an instrumental and then you've got a top line and then you write lyrics to it, and we're trying to move away from that, because I often find, yeah, it's really hard, and you get attached to demo vocals with no words, but where you're trying to force like lines in just to fit a certain syllabic pattern or melody. And I much prefer that the lyrics, not necessarily, they don't have to lead it, but I think they have to work a little more in tandem from the beginning before anything's too locked in. So, yeah, my favorite way is really that the lyrics have quite a start already, before we're sitting there fleshing them out.
Yeah, are you one of those that kind of constantly writes things down in notebooks on your phone, or do you have to kind of be in a certain mind space?
I have too many notebooks, let's just put it that way. And they've all got various things mixed in with. It's a little bit chaotic. There'll be like lyric ideas in and amongst music video ideas, in and amongst a whole host of other stuff. So I find that more of like I get it out there on paper. How often I actually look at it versus kind of remembering stuff that I've written is a different thing. Um, but yeah, it's really the hard work of just sitting there with Josh, the blood, sweat, and tears of just like, I'm trying to express an emotion. How do I put this into words that does justice to it, or a human experience? And we get pretty bored easily, I think, with stuff that's too literal and too, I suppose, personalized, which is a very valid way of songwriting. But we like to take something very raw and personal and find poetic ways to express it so that people can kind of take their own interpretation from it. They might understand exactly what we were going for, or something different. But we've always been drawn to that in other musicians. So I think that's what makes it so hard. We're sitting there trying to be poets.
No, yeah, most definitely. You've done a couple of shows recently where you are over in Australia. How did they go down?
Oh, they were fantastic. Especially in Melbourne, which is our hometown. We had a real milestone show, I suppose, in this beautiful old theatre. It was actually the first black and white cinema that was built in Melbourne, and it's been converted into a music venue now. And just being in and around that history, and cinema and film is such an inspiration for me. I come from a filmmaking background. It's a big part of the music. We're drawn to film scores and things that feel quite evocative of scenes more than just, yeah, I don't know, songs. And so yeah, being able to do a concert in that space with that history just felt so special for us.
Yeah, nice. And what have you got planned going forward then, and in relation to show wise?
Well, so how long we got? A couple more months towards the end of the year. We're doing a support slot in Australia for Miami Horror, which Josh, who I've spoken about a little bit in Telenova, used to be the front man for Miami Horror. So there's a bit of nice synergy there, and we did a collab song with them earlier this year. So that'll be a bit of fun. And then next year, nothing's fully locked, but we are having lots of conversations with our agent about coming back over to the UK and Europe and doing it all again. We did a lot of touring there last year, had a bit of a quieter year, and stuck to mostly Australia this year. So looking forward to coming back overseas next year.
Yeah, good. Is there anywhere that you've not been to yet that you want to get to at some point?
We've played a support show in Ireland, but we haven't played a headline show. And I just loved, there's such like a rich just musical history there, I think, and it seems, and a real appreciation for live music. It seems very part of the culture. So I'd love to go back there. I mean, we also haven't, there's so many places. We haven't toured the States, we haven't toured Asia. I'd love an excuse to go to Tokyo. There's lots of places, but we're very lucky that we get to travel even just outside Australia and have an audience. So very pleased about that.
And I hope you enjoyed the interview there with Telenova to talk about their brand new EP and more. Now, if you're listening to us on Spotify, then you'll be pleased to hear we also have a Spotify playlist for you to go and listen to. It's called Fresh. It brings you 150 brand new up-and-coming artists that we feel like you might just enjoy yourselves. And if you want to check that out, head to Spotify and search Fresh by The Sound Lab, or head to the website thesoundlabuk.co.uk and click on the Fresh playlist button. So while you go and find it and save it to listen to a little later on, we've got our new interview from Blank Atlus. We had a chat with them at 2000 Trees Festival earlier this year because they've got a brand new single out right now, which we had the chance to play as well. But we had a little chat with them and this is what they had to say. So, Blank Atlus, how are you?
Hello, we're good, yeah.
Good. Great. Good, you're here at 2000 Trees. How's your festival experience been so far?
Very nice. It's very hot, hotter than usual, but it's not raining, so it's great.
Yeah.
Can't complain.
You can complain, it's too hot.
It is too hot, but you shouldn't complain because when it rains, it is horrible when it rains.
Yeah, it's worse when it rains, I must admit.
But it could be a bit cooler.
It could be a bit cooler, yeah. It needs a breeze or a cloud cover, but yeah.
But that's the ozone's fault.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not ours.
Well, it's not my fault. I try, you know. It's the bloody government's fault. They ruin the ozone.
Wow, it's just getting deep so quick.
Yeah. It's all just going to be about how we're ruining the ozone. Sort it out. Sorry, carry on.
We had Kneecap, then we had Bob Villain, and now it's you guys who are going to get cancelled by the government now. For bringing up the ozone. Jeez. Once you finish here this weekend, what's next for you guys?
Oh, we're touring in November.
Mm-hmm.
We're touring the UK and Ireland in November, which should be really fun. Not been to Ireland for a couple of years.
Yep.
Yeah.
Who are we doing the tour with, Daniel?
A band called The Last Vinci, who are from Italy/Ireland.
Okay.
And yeah, they're good mates of ours. And it should be a really fun, wholesome time.
Yeah. Sounds good. Yeah, sounds good. Are you going to be back in the studio as well at some point?
We're about more or less halfway through making our next album.
Okay.
But yeah, no plans to release it just yet. But
the way we tend to record is we'll just do like, when we have another batch of like 2 or 3 songs, we'll just go in the studio for 2 or 3 days, get as much as we can done, and just keep doing little weekends like that until it's done. So it'll be done when it's done, basically.
We're done when it's done.
Yeah.
We're not going to rush it, but
That's
it's
fair
going
enough.
so far so good.
Yeah. Do you know what direction you're taking it in?
It's a slightly different direction.
We need a couple more rages. It's a lot of kind of like deep cuts, Jimmy Eat World vibes.
I love that though.
Yeah, American football vibes on some of them.
Yeah.
I couldn't really pinpoint what the vibe is. It's more maybe, I don't know. I would say
it's more organic.
Ooh, organic. I would say it's more just like rock than alt rock, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's a bit more straight down the middle.
It's a bit more Kerrang radio
A bit more mainstream.
than you know.
We'll have to beat that out.
I'm sorry. A major rock available. Yeah.
And the way you're taking it, was it a decision that was made to take it that way, or is it just kind of how it's turning out?
It's just how it's turned out.
Yeah, I think you've done a lot of writing on this new batch of songs, and I think you've been listening to a lot of like straight ahead. You did a lot of Jimmy Eat World, a lot of American. You got really into American football.
Yeah.
Since last year or year before. I think that's bled into the music quite a lot.
That's weird though. I would say a lot of the songs I'm writing sounds like bands that I don't listen to. Like, oh, this is a good song, but I don't like the bands that it sounds like.
You're not going to name any of them.
I'm not going to name any of them, of course I'm not, but it sounds like bands I don't listen to. They're all right bands, but
Yeah.
I would not
Not
my
your
favourite
thing.
bands.
Yeah.
Maybe I should give the songs to them.
Our songs are sounding less like our favourite bands now.
They're good songs, it just doesn't, yeah.
You,
I like
you don't want to listen to it. You like them, but you don't want to listen to
No,
them.
I like the ones I've written, just not the ones they've written.
It's
all about We're just about
Major
cashing in.
major labels.
That's it.
We're all about cashing in, always.
Which isn't easy, is it?
No, well, we haven't done it yet, so. The cash is yet to be had. Yeah, when we get the cash, we'll let you know.
Thanks, I'll get my cut then. I'd like to talk about the writing side of things as well. So for you guys, how do the tracks normally start off?
We write a lot, we write in the box quite a lot, like MIDI drums, building up like the layers. We usually get around your house and just kind of start building up. Like either me or you will have like a kind of baseline idea, and we'll kind of just flesh it out from there. A lot of it, sometimes it's just a full song, and you'll send me the full demo, and it's like done. And a lot of the time, those are the really good ones because they've come together really quickly, and they just kind of flow real nice.
Me and Thomas always like to say that all of our songs need to go through the Chrissy filter. So it starts off, it's alright, and then crowd listens to it, and you like go, nah, that's rubbish, that's rubbish. We'll change that bit, and then it's better.
I'll give it the highest honour I can bestow. I will say it has potential.
If he says it has potential, I mean, I'm in a good one here.
Yeah.
It goes in the potential folder on the Google Drive.
If he doesn't reply, not good.
Yeah.
You never know. Yeah. And once you've kind of got those demos sorted, is it quite straightforward to kind of take it to the finished article, or is it a bit complex?
Yeah. We pretty much just try to replicate the demo as much as sound a bit better.
Yeah, the worry is we can get demo-itis, where we want to try and recreate the demo completely to the point where we might actually be making it worse. And we recorded with a guy called Simon Jackman. He's really, really good. And sometimes he's probably suggesting stuff that will just make it better. But we're like, oh, but the demo didn't sound like that.
There's a couple of songs on the next album that we wrote and did demo for before our first album came out, which was how long was that ago? 2 or 3 years ago. And we got severe demo-itis with those ones. So we're like, oh, that vocal doesn't sound, the vowels aren't right.
Yeah.
You didn't make the vowels sound like the demo.
Yeah. We're insufferable.
We're the worst.
But do you think you'll get away from that, or do you think it's always going to be a case of, we wanted to sound like
I would love it. I would love one day if someone would give us some money to anyone. Just anyone.
Just leave it at that.
Well, a record label, major, if we can, just to go in the studio and just write and record at the same time. I'd love that. Just like go to like the studio for like a month or two, and I'd just have like a few seeds.
Like a proper band, like Biffy Clyro.
Like a proper band. Go somewhere you don't live and live there.
Yeah.
Go on holiday.
Just in your spare room.
Yeah. Not in my box room.
Yeah.
Sit on a bed.
Squeezed in with the works, yeah.
Yeah.
I can well imagine.
And hope you enjoyed the interview there with Blank Atlas from 2000 Trees Festival from earlier this year. Now, if you're enjoying all of today's interviews, then you can listen to them once again in an edited form on our international radio show. It brings you all of today's interviews alongside a load of new music and a live session too on our international radio show that lasts for just 2 hours. And if you want to check that out, head to the website at thesoundlabuk.co.uk and click International Radio Show. So while you go and save that for later, we're going to play you our next interview from Battlesnake, who we also had a chat with at 2000 Trees Festival earlier this year after they released their latest record. So Battlesnake, how are you?
Doing well, thank you for having us.
Pleasure's on mine here at 2000 Trees.
Yep.
Sure are.
How's your day been so far?
It's been alright. Just drove here from Cardiff, and now we're here in the blistering heat.
Yeah, you enjoying the heat? It's not normal for us, is it? Yeah.
Everyone reckons that we should be used to it because we're from Australia, but it's fucking hot out here. Am I allowed to swear?
No.
Everyone thinks that we should be used to it, but yeah, it's really hot out here.
Yeah, it is. You've been busy because you just started to release some more new music. Tell us where you're at.
Well, we just released a brand new album a month ago now, I think, and been touring Europe for a month now. Yeah.
Yeah, nice and busy for you guys. So for those who've not heard your record yet, tell us about the record.
Well, it is a prequel to the last album, which was called The Rise and Demise of the Motor Steeple, and this one is about how the motor steeple was created, and it was it starts off with these the Exaltants, which are these robot priests that founded this citadel in the mountains, and they created the motor steeple in their dungeon, and then they found Jesus' long lost twin and made him into the robot Messiah, and then they hunt the real Jesus Christ and slay him, and then the robot Messiah becomes the golden god who is the driver of the motor steeple.
So based on a true story.
Correct.
It is a true story.
Yeah.
100% factual.
Cool. Yeah, it's good to know where the inspiration for these things.
Yeah. Not even
come
inspiration,
from.
it's just truth. History.
Our songwriting's really easy because it's all based on real events that occurred.
They say that the Book of Mormon's the third chapter of the Bible. Is this chapter 4 then?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. The sound that you made with this record, was it the sound you wanted, or was it just kind of how it turned out in the studio?
Yeah, I think I don't know. No, for sure, it was what we were after. Like, we were always, my ambition from the beginning, I had like a note in my phone just saying, make it weirder.
Okay.
And I feel like we accomplished that in a way. We just went like even harder with the guitar tones. They're way dirtier. We like have a fanfare interlude in there. There's lots of orchestra. Like, there's a lot going on in there. So yeah, for sure. I think we found what we were looking for in it.
Good. That's the main aim, I'm sure. And when it comes to the writing side of things, how do the tracks normally start off for you guys?
Pretty bad, I'd say. They start off pretty bad, and then we polish them. We slowly polish them over a long period of time. I always say you can always polish a turd.
Yes.
So it's all about polishing turds.
That's good to know. That's good. And is it a collaborative effect when it comes to writing, or do you kind of do your own thing and then come together to mash it all together?
Yeah, definitely collaborative. It starts off usually with me and Sam and Benny, Sam's brother, and we'll just write the core of the song, but it really comes alive when we bring it to the guys and it becomes like a Battlesnake song. Because before then it's, as Sam said, a turd.
But you polish it, you make it great.
Exactly.
And you said you're on tour at the moment. How have the shows been for you so far?
Oh, they've been awesome. Electric. Yeah, they've all been really good. Played some really cool festivals. Played a whole bunch of headline shows, which have all been fucking awesome. Yeah, it's all been amazing. Yeah.
Nice. And what's next? Where else are you playing?
You go.
You can't remember.
Yeah, he has no idea where we're going next. We're going to Madrid tomorrow to play Mad Cool, and then after that we're in the Netherlands, and then the rest of Europe, and then we come back to the UK in August. So we've got some headline shows in August. I don't know where the nearest one to here would be. Where are the listeners from?
Everywhere.
Well, we're playing. Fortunately for them, we're playing everywhere.
We go out in America. Any
True.
America shows coming out?
No, next year. That's the kind of ambition, is to make our first foray into America. Yeah.
There's a couple in Australia.
Okay.
So you're going back home already?
We are, and we've got some headline shows in Australia for the couple who are listening. But yeah, we're back in the UK next month for the rest of our headline shows. Yeah.
Nice. Is there anywhere that you've not been to yet that you want to get to?
What am I looking forward to? I think in the UK or on this run. Yeah, Madrid. I'm really excited to play in Madrid. We've never played in Spain before, so that should be fun. Get some tiny cold beers. Excited about that.
And they're cheaper over there as well.
So much, so much. What else? Yeah, Madrid is probably the one that I'm most looking forward to. And today. And Arctangent. Arctangent's going to be sick. Sam?
I've heard good things.
I'm looking forward to Madrid also, because I've never even been to Madrid, so
It's nice.
yeah. What else am I looking forward to, Elliot?
Looking forward to catching up on some sleep maybe at some point in this.
I'm sure the jet lag from
Dude,
Oz to here.
It's like, well, we've just been on the road for so long, and
Yeah.
the schedule has been crazy. But that's because, I don't know, but we love it. We're kind of sick for it. It's like we're
Sickos.
a sicko.
Bunch of sickos.
And I hope you enjoyed the interview there with Battlesnake from 2000 Trees Festival from earlier this year. Now, if you're loving all of our interviews, then you can check out our YouTube and TikTok page. On YouTube, you'll be able to watch all of our interviews that we have ever done, in the last few years anyway, in full, with the video on, of course. And you can also head to TikTok or YouTube Shorts or Instagram, where you can watch little snippets of all of our recent interviews. So head to the SoundLab Yes on all of those to check those out. Now it's time for our final interview, and it comes from Love Is Noise, who we also had a chat with at 2000 Trees Festival from earlier this year. So, Love Is Noise, how are you?
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
Yeah, chilling. All good. Good. You're back at 2000 Trees.
Oh yeah, back in the one of the greatest festivals I think in the UK, and yeah, it's a blessing to be here.
It's my first time, and I'm gassed to be here. Unreal.
Yeah. Caught any bands or hoping to catch any bands?
So we actually haven't had a chance, but I'd like to shout out a few bands. So we've got Love Rarely, they're incredible. Who else? Split Chain, incredible. Hidden Mothers. Let Live Jason, our boy, Vakovi, I could name Anxious, another band. Yeah. So many bands we can name. The festival is incredible. It has a lot of up and coming bands this year, I think, which is really sick. This is always a place which is pushing that instead of just getting the bigger bands and having it as that, but they're really pushing the underground, and we're part of that. So very blessed, and thanks to James for doing that.
Yeah, good. And to celebrate your performance here this weekend, you decided to drop not one but two singles. Why don't you tell us about them both?
Yes, so we dropped a single called Holding Me, and as a surprise we then dropped another single called All I Shut. I wrote and recorded those songs in February of 2025, and they were meant to be on a deluxe edition of To Live a Different Way, the album we dropped this year, but we decided no. It turned out our guitarist left, all guitarists left the band, and we were like, okay, we're gonna get a new era started with Sam on bass, Joe on drums, and Alex on guitar, and we used those two singles as a way to start the new era, and it's been very good.
I have nothing to add to that, mate. That's exactly it.
Appreciate it.
And how is the new lineup sitting? How's it?
It's amazing. We're all brothers. We toured with each other previously, as in they were session. So when Tom, our guitarist, wasn't touring with us, we had Alex on guitar, we had Sam on bass and Joe on drums, and we just gelled, and it was the right decision.
Good.
It was the right decision. They were the right people. I didn't want to do a whole process of trying to find new people. I wanted people who I knew, trusted, and worked with me in terms of the live setting. And they were friends before they were sessions anyway. So being in a band with some of my best friends is a genuine blessing.
I think it's been quite unique for us as well, because we got to actually tour, and we spent most of last year together playing anyway. So for everyone else, it feels very new, but for us, I think it feels like we've already got that kind of chemistry, and it felt kind of natural and right anyway. So
Good.
yeah,
In FIFA terms, 99% chemistry, 100%.
exactly. Good.
99 chemistry. Let's go.
Yeah, nice. And with those two new tracks now, is there obviously more to come? Are we building up to the next record already?
So we are building up to a record. So we haven't recorded it. We've got it planned, but we're not going to give anything away because we don't know what will happen. With what we do in Love Is Noise, everything comes at a certain time. So we get together, we write music, we bounce ideas from each other, and you could get there could be an acoustic version of a song come out of nowhere. We could just go to the studio and record another single, or we could do an EP. You'll never know what we're going to drop. And Central Media, our label, are really good with that. They let us be creative, which is a real blessing, because in the world we live in today, people they don't want the same thing, They do want to wait for albums. They do want to wait for the bigger picture, and that is an album. But for us, what's fun is just releasing whatever we want at any time. No strings attached, and we just want to create and never have anything over our heads like, oh, we got to do this. But we do want to write albums.
Yeah.
But we know that it can be quite hard to do that all the time. So if it turns out that we want to do an EP, we'll do an EP. But for everyone watching this and that wasp, we are writing an album with the new era and more around the sound of Hole in Me, because I think that's what really is Love Is Noise.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Do you know what direction you're wanting to take it?
Yeah. So we want it to be heavy. We want it to be groovy. We want it to be based on the live setting.
Mm-hmm.
So when you listen to it, you're like, oh my God, I can't wait to watch this live. I think it's going to be less of like a concept-y kind of for a vinyl or for the recorded medium, and more of, okay, these songs work live incredibly well. But we never know. We could get in the studio and we could do a Radiohead and then create Kid A or something, But what we're going to do is we're all about vibe and bouncy songs and songs that make us, want to groove. And as you can see on stage, especially our set today, we move, our spin kick everywhere. Like my musical taste is so varied. Like, but if I'm not grooving on stage, if the boys aren't grooving on stage, it doesn't really work for us. So yeah.
I think as well, like the way we've been writing at the moment is like we're our own kind of biggest fans of what we're doing. So like we'll get hooked on an idea and that'll be in all our heads for a few days, but then all of a sudden a new demo will come up and we might slightly change in what we're doing, or we'll all be hyping off that. So it's hard to predict exactly where we're going, but it does feel like it's going to be more of a kind of heavy groove kind of vibe moving forward for sure.
Yeah, like the best thing to say regarding what our sound's going to be like in the future is if Deftones was in a bar and they met Breaking Benjamin, and then those two people had a conversation with Radiohead, and then also somehow bumped into Aphex Twin, but then also had a little bit Taken Back Sunday, and then they were talking about up and coming bands, so like Static Dress and Loathe and all that type of stuff. We're just going to create something that we love and we enjoy, and something that makes us laugh and makes us, want to listen to it all the time. Like with Hole in Me, I literally haven't stopped listening to it. Yeah. And I know a lot of people don't like listening to their own music, but if it's good, I want to listen to it.
Yeah.
So most of the streams are probably me, walking to work in that. But with us, we're writing fun music and something that makes us smile whenever we listen to it. Nice. That's the new era.
Good. And you got some more shows?
We do. We have festivals, and we also have a headline tour that I would like people to come to, please, because Instagram won't tell you that we're touring because they mess us up with all the whatever. I could go on for days about all that stuff. I will not do it today. I will not waste your time. But yeah, we have a tour coming up, headline tour. We're playing Nottingham. We are playing Leeds. We are playing Brighton. Then we're playing Burn It Down. We're also playing Norwich. We're also playing Southampton. We haven't missed anything, have we?
Leeds.
I've already said Leeds.
Norwich.
Already said Norwich. So we're not playing Norwich or Leeds twice. We wish.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. But yeah, those shows are going to be amazing. Headline set. We're going to have a load of good local bands as well, because we're all about bringing up people who are growing, and we want the underground. We want people who are trying so hard to grow to be able to grow with us. Yep. Because without local scenes, without all those bands, none of this exists. So yeah, we'll always be pushing that, and we can't wait to announce that soon.
And I hope you enjoyed the interview there with Love Is Noise from 2000 Trees Festival from earlier this year. And that's the end of the show for another week, I am afraid. But don't you worry, we will be back next week, so no worries there. But if you can't wait until then, social media at The Sound Lab Yes on all the socials, and you can also check out the website, thesoundlabuk.co.uk. And we will be back this time next week for another episode of Interviews Unedited. Goodbye.